While you were remodeling your backyard to make it more, zen-y, we were remodeling our merch store to make it more random. We've slapped our new logo on t-shirts, tie-dyes, hoodies, and hats, and all with premium printed labels. Look, I wasn't kidding. We have it because tags are like the junk mail of clothing. All merch is available exclusively at clubrandom.com. Once again, that's clubrandom.com. Freedom of movement is a fundamental American value, and nothing kills that freedom faster than being stranded on the side of the road with a massive unexpected repair bill. Whether you're hitting the road for a well-deserved break or just navigating your daily life, don't leave your freedom to chance. Right now, CarShield is offering our listeners 20% off with the code RANDOM at carshield.com/random. Again, go to carshield.com/random and use code RANDOM for 20% off. Rula is a healthcare company that actually makes mental health care easier to access and affordable. They work with over 100 insurance plans, so people typically pay around $15 a session. Thousands of people are already using Rula to get affordable, high-quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance. Visit rula.com/random to get started. That's RULA.com/random. You deserve mental health care that works with you, not against your budget.
All the ones I spent millions of dollars for years.
Christ, gotta let go of this fire. We've all
I'm just saying the protection energy I thought.
Club Random.
I don't have to think about that one. No. I do not
my
want
phone. I
you
can't
sending me naked pictures.
I can't even.
Club Random.
Hey,
Hello, I don't know if I get
how are you?
rules about getting up. I said, sit in my seat.
Wearing the campaign merch, huh?
Well, saves me from
Course.
having to style my hair or anything.
Please, you don't have to
put some pomade in.
You have to sell me on selling.
Well, technically, my merch is a donation. It's not merch.
What does that mean?
Then when you donate, you get the hat.
Oh, so you donated to your own campaign? That's how you got that?
This was a gift.
Well, look, I have to tell you, by the way, I'm not going to light this. I feel naked without it, but I'm a little under the weather. So I'm not, but it's like I can't even do this show without having it in my hand. But I got to tell you, whatever happens, everywhere I go, like restaurants when I'm out, and I'm very approachable. People are, Spencer Pratt, when are you going to have Spencer? What do you think of Spencer Pratt? I mean, you are on people's minds out here. Nobody can take that away from you. That is just a fact. I am telling you, it's anecdotal, but I'm a good sounding board because people want you on my shows. They want to, and so, I mean, if nothing else happens, you did that. I don't think we saw that coming a year ago.
I mean, again, I never planned to be the mayor of LA. I only ran to have a bigger platform to expose all the negligence is the reason why I even ran, because this person in charge burned my house down, my mom's house, my neighbors. Just saying, that's why I ran, to talk about it.
I know, but honestly, I keep hearing you say that you're making it a little too personal. I mean, she is not a great mayor, I don't think either, and then that is a very common view even among a lot of Democrats. I know her, I once interviewed her for an event. It was a private thing. I like her, but she fucked up some things. A lot of people fucked up some things. One person didn't burn your house down.
Agreed.
Okay.
But one person who's in charge of all the things that got fucked up, that burned my house down. So you have to hold somebody responsible.
Absolutely.
Who's in charge. So
listen.
she was in Ghana, so she obviously didn't light the fire. So, so.
No, I know. Listen,
but it is personal because I have to hear my crying mom every day. And that lady that crosses through my house burned alive. And that lady with the parrots, so it is personal.
Well, don't drag the parrots into it.
I mean, she was trying to save the parrots.
I'm an animal lover.
I can bring the hummingbirds up.
It's just not fair. Why don't you start with the fucking parrot? No, it's personal to me too. I live here too. I remember I was doing the podcast here on January 7th, 2025. And the guest was Matt Gaetz. And I mean, I got to say, we don't see eye to eye on a lot of stuff policy-wise, but this dude like drove through a fire to get here, and we taped until they came out of the somewhere around here, wherever the people who are taping this do this, and said, "You got to bug out." We taped right until we had to fucking go, and this is a canyon. That is a kill zone.
Didn't this house already burn down once? I thought I was told.
Yes, but that was more of a kitchen fire.
Okay. So it's not a lucky spot.
No. LA is not a lucky spot. It's a dumb fucking place to have built a city. Look, I'm telling you, I went back on the air 10 days later. It was the first show of our season last year. And my first editorial was, a scathing review of this, saying, look, there is absolutely truth in the wind is the wind. And it's a dumb place to have built a city like this. There's not enough water. And those winds were catastrophically high. But they also fucked up so much. And it didn't have to go down that way. I mean, the fire hydrants, the water didn't come out. We're looking into it. Well, or the power lines. Oh, it'll cost a lot of money to bury the power lines. Should we have a bond? No. How about take some of the fucking exorbitant taxes I already give you and prioritize burying the power lines? Whatever. The Milkvetch thing, you remember that thing?
Oh, I remember. So the Milkvetch, which I didn't know what it was until I lost everything.
It sounds Yiddish. It sounds like
the ugliest plant you've ever seen. It's not even a plant we should be trying to protect. It's not beautiful.
Well,
it's literally an ugly bush.
But Spencer, we don't just protect the beautiful.
This plant, it doesn't even have a flower coming out of it.
Okay, again, not a good reason.
It looks like a weed.
Okay, well,
we pull weeds?
Should we kill all the blobfish? They're really
the Milkvetch should not be more protected than human beings.
That's true. We agree on the real point here, which is, and tell the people what it is then. Tell the people.
So it's a dumb, excuse me, to the botanists or whatever. They're going to be like, it's so important to the root system. I agree. Yeah. It's a great plant, but we should have 300 feet of it cleaned up. We should have fire breaks around our community. Like you said, we built in a dumb place to build, but we also let 60 years of dead brush surround it. And if you saw last week in Semi Valley, they had a fire break, and that's why all those houses didn't just burn down instantly. And again, rewind, the wind in the Palisades, this is a big thing that we got to stop saying. The wind in the Palisades, because I was there till my house burned down at the top of the hill, it never was above 40 miles per hour. Planes were flying, helicopters were flying. Altadena had the catastrophic hurricane winds, a whole 2 hours away from the Palisades. We didn't have a wind problem. We had a no water problem, 2 empty reservoirs. So no, I'm just saying that
the whole thing,
the wind thing is a conspiracy.
Everything that went wrong. And I mentioned all these things. I remember going through them, like really vetting it because I wanted to get it right. But it is true that the Milkvetch, again, it sounds so Yiddish. It just, by whatever its contribution to the fire was not worth it, because the fire for a city that thinks it's so environmentally this and that, the fire is the worst thing for the environment. It set we made 20 years of progress with what we did with cars, and it undid it all in one fire. And I still see, I have this little thing on my desk. I've made fun of it before because it tells you, how the air quality is, and it says on the bottom, congratulations, you've achieved excellent air quality. Like, I fucking need my ass kissed by this fucking thing every day. Okay, but I see so many days when it's like, why? Why is, because when things are good, the little face of the man is green and smiling, and then many days he's like yellow and does not look happy, and then sometimes, when I smoke pot in the room, he's orange. He's very angry at the pot. He's like, but no, I mean, why so many days? And I think this is it. It's the smoke is worse than It would have been better to kill the Milkvetch, I think, is what we're saying. That should be your campaign slogan, by the way. Just use that as, like, you're selling yourself as the common sense guy. Right. Pratt hates Milkvetch. That's the message you want to get out. You know, Kamala had, we're going to give prisoners tits. This is your thing, okay? You got to have something people can hook onto, bro.
The problem is there's only certain communities that care about that. There's people that do not care that the Palisades burn down because they don't get the Hollywood Hills can burn down, Tahunga, Sunland, Bel Air. These people don't care about these places burning down. And that's where all this Milkvetch and dead brush. People in, South Central and Eagle Rock, these people don't care about the Milkvetch. So I need to have, I'm stopping naked drug addicts in front of your kids. That's my get behind thing. That's my winning.
Well, in that case, those
Cheers.
people are your...
Cheers.
Yes, good to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. But in that case, those people are your allies because we're united against the Milkvetch. I'm telling you.
No, I'm anti-Milkvetch. I'm as mayor.
You think you are?
Trust me.
I'm a much more of a hawk on the Milkvetch than you are.
Trust me.
Extremism in the defense of killing the Milkvetch is no vice.
Here's the other thing. Obviously, if you're an environmental person, you don't care when the houses burn down. You don't care when the people burn down. But do they not care about all the animals? We lost all the coyotes. We lost the lizards, the snakes, the whole...
And let's not leave out the parrots.
And the hummingbirds. All my hummingbirds died, too.
Okay.
I mean, like 1,000.
Okay, let's not... Come on, it's a happy campaign.
Oh, I didn't know this was like
I thought you were trying to win this fucking thing. You got to be like Reagan, Sonny.
People are done with Sonny.
But you were always a Republican, right? This isn't a conversion.
So, no, this is a great story.
Oh, great. Let's hear it.
So I was a very hated personality. I'm still hated by a big segment.
That's what I know about you.
So that's for sure. So when you're very hated, you get a lot of threats, especially when people didn't know reality TV wasn't real. So I would get a lot of death threats. I would have security to try to...
Okay, just help me.
I'm gonna give you this.
I know, but I gotta set it because, like, I have to admit to you, before you ran for mayor, very sketchy. I knew you were, I'm sorry to say this, but here's what I knew. I knew the name, douchebag, some reality show. I couldn't have named it with a gun to my head, but I know now because I read about you in the paper. It was the OC. No, The Hills.
Yes.
Was that a spin-off of the OC?
Kind of.
Okay.
The OC was a scripted show.
Anyway, some douchebag white kids, like in those kind of places in Southern California. That's what I knew, and you were like the king douchebag. I'm just saying what I knew. And by the way, I've been called a douchebag too.
I'm fine with this title.
I know.
The lady on CBS says I was actually a douche canoe.
What's that?
I had never heard it until CBS Morning Show.
A canoe?
A douche canoe.
I don't get it.
I didn't either, but I guess it's an upgraded douche, I think.
God, CBS is in trouble. Anyway, okay, so that's all I know. So now I place you. I never believe anything, by the way. People call me names, like I always say, everybody's a monster till you talk to them. And that's why I want to talk to you, because that's what I knew, and now we have this new you. So tell me what you were going to tell me.
Yeah, so rewind. When I was 20, I was at USC studying political science. I see the Osbournes on. They get $25 million. So I call my friend Brody Jenner, whose dad was David Foster, and I said, can I film a reality show about you guys?
You went too fast. David
Foster, the music producer.
I know him.
So
Who's the kid?
Brody Jenner.
He's...
Caitlyn Jenner's son.
Caitlyn Jenner's son.
So...
When Caitlyn was Bruce married to Chris. Okay.
Correct.
I'm glad everything always comes back to the Kardashians.
Yeah, so...
because it wouldn't be America if it didn't.
So it happened. So I sold this to Fox at 20 years old. And then that show got...
You sold it.
As executive producer, creator.
Oh, wow.
And then Foster advised me to be like Simon Cowell, which I didn't understand. It's like the villain. So I leaned into that, but Simon Cowell got to be the villain because he was telling people how not to sing, and I just was the villain just as a douchebag.
Right.
So I leaned into that, and it was very profitable. But what happened is people took it very real, and obviously I kept leaning in because I was chasing ratings bonuses, and I was all in on my character.
But this is reality.
People took it very serious back then. This is pre-Instagram. X hadn't even dropped as Twitter. This was, you're watching the box, 5 million people think that's real. So I was getting all these death threats. So obviously my security's like, you need to get a gun. So I get a gun. And then as I am a gun owner with my wife, in Los Angeles, to have a gun, you need a CCW. So that's a concealed carry weapons permit. Very hard to get. And the only people that supported a CCW was the Republican Party. All I cared about politically was to protect my wife and then my kids. That's my only political thing I'm connected to.
So you're that voter who they always interview. What are the issues important to you? Because the rest of the world can go fuck itself. What are the issues important to me?
Safe.
My God. Okay, so that was the issue important to you. It could have been abortion, could have been something else,
it was
but
guns.
to you it was just a gun.
To keep my wife safe and then kids. Then people don't realize I'm also, again, from LA. I don't know a single Republican. I went to Crossroads, I grew up here from the Palisades. Every single one of my friends is a Democrat.
Right.
All the people I talk to all day long, my whole life, are Democrats. My older sister is the most progressive Democrat in maybe California. I don't do this party stuff. I didn't care about it. I was trying to be famous. If you talk about politics, from my perspective, respectfully to people who talk about politics, they're trying to be famous. It's a lose-lose. You're going to piss off half people. I was just trying to get on shows and just be casted. So I never did politics, and I only cared about anything,
But now do you care about all the issues?
No,
or
I don't.
Wait, Spencer, cut. That's wrong answer. Okay, we got to. Now the candidate, was had a rough night, and
I care about safety safety, the lights being on, potholes.
Okay.
What a mayor should care about. If it's legal, I'm gonna.
It is legal.
I'm gonna be enforcing. You can't be smoking.
Legal.
I don't want you smoking in front of kids at the park.
Oh.
I'll be enforcing. If you're smoking that in front of a kid at a swing, I'll be getting you as mayor. No more drugs around kids at parks and schools, in front of daycares, even if it's a legal pot. We need to have a society of consequences again. I never thought growing up I could smoke a blunt in front of a kid at the park. Now that happens. Moms do not want their kids that are like 5 years old.
There's a special kind of panic reserved for car trouble. I'm not talking about the check engine light that we all ignore. I mean the real stuff, the weird noise, the sudden sputter, then you break down. And it never happens when you're alone with nothing to do. It happens when you've got somewhere to be, or worse, people in the car asking, so what's your plan? That's why CarShield makes sense, because unless you've got a secret transmission exploded fund lying around, which congratulations if you do, most people would rather not get ambushed by a $4,000 repair bill. CarShield helps protect you from those expensive surprises. They've got month-to-month vehicle protection plans, low deductibles, and access to ASE-certified mechanics nationwide. Plus 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, and rental car options. Look, folks, they've been doing this for over 20 years with more than 2 million vehicles covered and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. That's not hype, that's experience. Freedom of movement is a fundamental American value, and nothing kills that freedom faster than being stranded on the side of the road with a massive unexpected repair bill. Whether you're hitting the road for a well-deserved break or just navigating your daily life, don't leave your freedom to chance. Secure your vehicle with CarShield. Right now, CarShield is offering our listeners 20% off with the code RANDOM at carshield.com/random. Visit carshield.com/random to lock in your coverage today and protect yourself from expensive car repairs. Again, go to carshield.com/random and use code RANDOM for 20% off. Rula is a healthcare company that actually makes mental health care easier to access and affordable. They work with over 100 insurance plans, so people typically pay around $15 a session, sometimes even less, which is nice because therapy is already enough emotional work without adding a financial panic attack. And they don't just throw a random provider at you and wish you luck. Rula actually helps match you with licensed in-network therapists and psychiatrists based on your goals, your preferences, what you actually need. Rula is committed to see you succeed in reaching your therapy goals, making sure that providers are carefully screened and vetted, monitoring the quality of their care, and helping you monitor your progress in therapy. From therapy to medication management, with its diverse network of licensed, experienced professionals, Rula therapists and psychiatrists make it easy for you to get the care you need. No endless wait lists, no maddening back and forth. Appointments can be available as soon as tomorrow. Thousands of people are already using Rula to get affordable, high-quality therapy that's actually covered by insurance. Visit rula.com/random to get started. That's RULA.com/random. You deserve mental health care that works with you, not against your budget. It's interesting to talk to somebody who didn't take an interest in politics until recently. And I've encountered this phenomenon before. You know where? Strip clubs. You ever talk to a stripper about politics? It's awesome because they don't know what the right answer is supposed to be. And you know what they come out very often? More conservative. They're like, why should I work hard for my money. Why should that be it's like, and I'm like, that's what conservatives say. Oh no, I'm a liberal. Yeah, you think you're a liberal, but you just don't know about anything. You don't know the issues. You don't know stuff like that. And this is just your reaction to stuff. Taxes, no taxes on tips. I'll vote for Trump tomorrow because that's the issue that's important to them. And you can't blame people for that. We're all just trying to live our own lives. And the issues that are important to you just have to hope that and I think you're onto something. This is why everyone's asked me about you. People are having the same feeling. You're not a guy who overthinks this, and they're not. And that works better. This is a state that is constantly overthinking everything and overregulating everything. Trust me, I know. I did whole bits about how it took me 3 years to get the solar turned on. Solar, something they want you to have.
But now they're taxing you, I think, for having it.
They are?
I think so.
What do you mean you think so? You have
I think
to know.
I don't need to know about solar.
Okay,
I need to focus on making sure the moms are safe and the animals are not being abused. That's my party.
I know, but if you're the mayor,
the solar panels, that's going to be somebody I'm hiring. That's my deputy mayor is going to worry about the solar panels.
No, Spencer, I got bad news. If you're the mayor, you are going to have to learn some of these issues more.
Solar panels. We're about 3 years from worrying about solar panels. We need to get all the naked drug addicts off of the sidewalks, and then I can worry about solar panels.
But we can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
With the state of LA right now, the solar panels, you're gonna spit that gum out. I love the idea of getting the drug addicts treatment and giving them job opportunities. And if we need more solar panels, personally, I think we got to investigate the LADWP, why you even need a solar panel. You pay so much money for regular electricity that we got to check why our rates are going up 10% plus every month and we're not getting better electricity. Alkaline water is not coming out of our tap. So I'll get back to you on the solar panels, but it's my totem pole is make sure people don't have home invasions every single night.
Right.
Make sure you're not losing your whole suspension because we haven't fixed a road. I'm basic. That's why I'm resonating. Common sense, basic stuff. People that are struggling to live in LA right now because it's so expensive and they're stepping in human poop, they don't care about your problem with the solar panel right now. But they may, once I get rid of the poop and I make it more affordable to live, then they may want solar panels. But like my schedule, I'm going to do this for 8 years. So we got a lot of time to learn about your issues.
8 years?
I'm going to be mayor for 8 years.
Oh, I see. We're looking ahead.
I'm going to be the best mayor ever for 4 years. Then they're going to just be like, please, Spencer, come back for 4 more.
You're a guy who knows his priorities. In a general sense, I don't think you're wrong. And again, lots of people agree. I mean, anytime any polity is ruled by one party, it's not good. Even if you are a Democrat, you have to understand that it's not good because you need the check on the other. People do tend to get drunk with power when they have all of it, and they just go way toward one. The ship just tilts toward one side too many, and that's what has happened with the state of California. I mean, it's funny because this state. Look, I've lived here since 1983. I fucking loved it. I've said it many times. This city sucked my dick on the first date. It just did. I just fell in love with it right away. Grew up on the East Coast, but, And I get very chauvinistic about it. You know, when I hear people, oh, California, you're this and you're that. Like, fuck you. You know what? First of all, we are in an industry that you patronize probably more than anything else. Without us, you'd have to talk to your family at night. We make the things you watch. Shut the fuck up, eat your popcorn. You know, we're also an industry, by the way, that never is asking for any help from the government. You know, we make our own money. You know, we're not like corn farmers, you know, or the oil people when they're having a bad year, or the auto industry, or the whole fucking state of Alaska. We never ask for a dime because our product works, especially overseas.
Yeah, and I would say that's one of the problems with this business is we should have fought for these tax credits, these post-production tax credits. Why is people in England getting uncapped tax credits or Massachusetts? So yes, that's true, but we should have been saying, hey, no, we need these tax credits here. We need the support of the government. We bring the cool to LA. We make tourism comes to LA because they saw Baywatch or that was the problem. We were so as entertainers, well, we should have been more, give us a piece of the pie because we let them make it so the business did get hijacked. And
I have heard that it's cheaper to shoot LA anywhere but LA. Yeah. You have to find a city that can double as LA because with the taxes and the regulations and the unions and extras have to be whatever it is. They just made it. And many businesses have left this state. Do you have a plan for that? I mean, all the business.
Well, you ready for this?
Yeah, I am ready.
It goes back to we have a totem pole now. I didn't call it a totem pole. But the reason why everyone's leaving.
I'm not sure you're supposed to say totem pole anymore. Anything with the Indians is always very touchy.
Native Americans.
Even when it's a compliment. You know, the Braves.
Okay.
How dare you?
Pyramid. Can't do pyramid, maybe.
Yeah, that's the Egyptians. Jesus Christ, don't you have a
on my chart. So when you start with safety, you make things safe again. Right now, because now, everyone's coming to meet with me because there's a lot of people who believe I'm winning. So the people that don't want me telling you who they are.
Really?
Yes, they're all coming to meet with me. And the problem with
are you talking about business leaders?
Anybody you would think would never meet with me is now meeting with me. The list is mind-boggling.
Suddenly the douchebag is the big man on
and I'm fine. I have no judgment. You didn't like me before. You still don't like me. You want LA to be number one. That's great.
It takes a douchebag to kill a Milkvetch. That is what
that's my
said.
Bumper sticker.
And there you go. There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
And it's the bureaucracy of this city that does not want to let these people put their money in here, and they don't want to invest in LA because we allow the naked drug addicts in front of the hotels.
Wait, you keep saying that.
You got to realize,
are they really naked?
Butt naked. If you give me your phone number, I will send you 1,000 naked drug addict videos a week.
I don't have to think about that one. No. I do not want
my phone.
Sending me naked pictures.
I can't even look at my phone anymore because the whole city sends me their naked drug addict content.
Again, I don't mean to be the campaign manager, but just don't offer to send naked pictures to anybody.
Their videos.
At least until the campaign is over. Then send all the naked pictures you want.
Their videos.
Look, Eric Swalwell came to me once. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
So if you make the streets safe and clean again and you welcome investment, so let's say this group of very successful people that want to invest in downtown LA. They offer to buy up 40 blocks, put affordable housing, mid-level housing, nice, and they come to Mayor Bass with this deck that now I've been presented. Mayor Bass says, oh, well, you can put all the homeless people in these buildings. No, we want to put the working people in the city of LA. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. The homeless, drug addict people do not need beds. They need treatment. Mandatory treatment. You cannot, I've grown up in LA. I know about addicts. I know about addiction. You cannot give a drug addict a bed and say, here's this bed. You could offer them any bed in the city. They don't want a bed. They want a new high. They want some new fentanyl. They want some new super meth. We need to get these people help to get them sober. Then we get them the beds and the sheltering and the community and the rehab. But this program that's cost $24 billion of our tax money has increased homeless. So that's how I win, because I say, hey, everybody, this isn't working. We all know it, and we're paying for the destruction of our own city. But they can't say it because they won't get reelected, because they're deep in this failure. They would be better off to just say, hey, this didn't work. We're going to pivot. We tried this one, but we have a new plan, but they can't. My opponents will say, we need more beds. We need more beds. These beds cost $100,000 a bed.
So I've said this before, and I feel like the conventional wisdom answer to it that I get is that it's for this reason unfeasible, for this reason unfeasible, blah, blah, blah. Tell me why, as someone who's running and is going to inherit this problem for 8 years, tell me why it's not feasible for the homeless answer to be, one, you can't stay on the streets. I'm sorry, you just can't. Because the streets are public and the people need that, and it's just for a million reasons. It's disease, and it's just not right. It's just not your right. This is not a alternative home lifestyle, homelessness. Okay, which is how the woke have turned it into. Like I always say, old school liberals, we thought the compassionate thing was to get them off the street, not to enable them to stay on the street. Like they're an endangered species in their natural habitat. It's fucking ridiculous. Okay, so that's A, you can't stay on the street. B, why can't there be barracks, for lack of a better word? But yes, barracks. And they say, well, it's unsafe in there. Hey, how much would it cost to hire a security guard for literally every row of the barracks? Is that going to cost $24 billion? I know some guys who will do it for like $28 an hour, you know? Just make it safe. Why is that so impossible to make a homeless shelter safe? Because you have to put people somewhere where the doctors can come in, or the specialists, whoever's going to wean them off the drugs. You're right, treatment. But we can't treat them on the street, and we don't want to give them hotel rooms. That's crazy. You have to go to a place, a humane place. This is not some sort of Nazi program. You're off the street, you have a roof over your heads, we will make it safe, feed you, get you back on your feet, we can watch you and make sure there's no drugs getting in here. Again, this is something that's impossible in prisons, impossible to stop. I bet they could do it in Saudi Arabia because they'd cut your hands off if you did it. Not that I'm suggesting that, but you could.
So you just described, which I know you have not watched, my 8-minute video describing exactly my plan. You go to the federal government, you say, there's so much beautiful nature with these trees. You take a big piece of land. Right now, Mayor Bass will say there's only 42,000 people living on the street. The RAND Corporation will say it's 30% higher. Let's say it's 70,000 people. Right now, it's cheaper to literally build an entire facility. They'll go, it's a concentration camp. No, they have insane, cheaper, prefabricated homes that actually look like houses with little fences. You could build enough of these. You could build miles of these. You put the facilities with the medical people. Some people are veterans. That's their corner of this beautiful place where, of course, the media is going to come watch and try to be like, Spencer's doing this. Come look. They can be riding around in golf carts. They can be eating Erewhon there. We have enough money to have combo plates for home. No, that's how much we spend. No, I'm just saying.
Erewhon.
But my point is,
just really
my point is, there's
a bridge so far.
My point is, we spend that much money to have them live in their own feces and die, that we can have them living up like kings. And there, we get them sober. We give them we teach them how to clear the Milkvetch. They come back and they're gonna do Firebreaks for the fire department. We're gonna teach them how to help come clean the trash so they can work with sanitation. We need to get people off the street, get them sober, and give them the opportunity then to have a job. Ready for the best part? 60% of the people in Los Angeles that are experiencing homelessness, they're ready. No, they're not from California. They've been brought here by NGOs that profit off of this homeless industrial complex. Medicaid.
Wait. They've been brought here?
They've been brought here.
Who did that?
Body brokers bring these people here.
From where?
All across the country. If you're an addict, you can come to LA and get these rehabs and use your Medicaid. You have a social security.
It's also, if you're going to be, shall we say, outdoors your whole life, it's better to be here than in Minneapolis.
100%.
You know,
so a lot of these
I think that's part of the attraction. I don't know if this is a big plot.
No,
Do you think this is a big...
There's a big part where this is, like I talk to these people who are now sober, off fentanyl, off meth, and they say they got literally brought here through a rehab, trying to get off drugs. Their money runs out, boom, left on the street. This is multiple stories of this. So
Boy,
that's
that Tim Waltz. He never stops being evil.
so.
Fucker. Sending the fucking people.
I don't know what state they're from exactly, but they're not from LA. So again, whether they go to this amazing facility that we have that has all these resources for treatment, not let you die in your feces on fentanyl, but you may want to go back to Oklahoma and we help facilitate getting you, now that you're sober, you probably have a mom, you probably have a cousin. If you don't, I was in South Central the other day, this mom came up to me crying, she goes, my daughter is not homeless. I hate when people say that. She has a home, our family loves her, but she's addicted to meth right now on Skid Row. She needs help to get off the meth so she can come home. There's a lot of these people that if you get off the drugs, they have a place to go.
And they would go back to Oklahoma.
Maybe it's not Oklahoma, but
Georgia.
Hers was South Central. This
You know
lady.
what? Remember the song Midnight Train to Georgia?
They're just-
He's leaving.
they're just not-
on that midnight train to
sounds like a
Georgia.
hit.
You know why? He came out here to be a big star. Didn't work out. But Gladys Knight is sticking by him. But he's leaving on that midnight train to Georgia.
I don't know about that train, but
She'd
I'll tell
rather
you,
be with him than to live here in LA, she says.
LA is amazing if you.
It is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
I've
and
lived-
I'm fighting
I'm
because I
telling
love
you.
this place so much.
Me
I only
too.
wanted to be famous. Again, let's rewind, because when I grew up, being famous in LA was the greatest thing you could do in the world. The restaurants, the red
Yes.
carpets, the club, all that's gone. Anyone I know that obviously doesn't say
that's
they
not
know me,
gone.
the clubs are gone. The restaurants are closing 100 at a time a year.
There's no clubs now.
There's 50% less club. I mean, I was with last night with one of the biggest club promoters at the Dodger game since we were 20 years old. He's
Wow.
been in the game. I know the club game. Is my douchebag expertise. This is the nightlife.
let me tell you something.
It's struggling.
Let me tell you something, pal. When I was in the club, and I mean the club, I would say those were my douchebag years. Because if you're in the club, you are probably engaging in douchey behavior. It's just a douchey place.
I'll never hate on the club. I met my wife in the club, so you can have love. We met on the dance floor in the club.
I met a lot of good times in the club.
right,
I'm
but
not saying
I'm
you
just
shouldn't be
saying,
in the club.
You can find your wife in the club.
You found your wife in the
I had privilege, club privilege, on the dance floor.
Club privilege. Where was that
On
one?
Sunset.
What
like,
year is this?
2007, 2006.
Okay, I was probably out of the clubs by then. Not by a...
This is my lunch and dinner. Thank you very much. This is,
good.
This thing, cheer.
Well, I'm having a good time.
You know,
I hope you are too.
When your producer sat me down, he's like, here's your filtered water we poured for you. Here's your favorite organic tequila. I was like, where am I? It was like, this is
You're
the
at
best,
Club Random,
This is
bro.
the best podcast I've ever done.
It is.
It's great.
Thank you. But that's the other thing I know about you is your wife. And at one time, I mean, look, I hate to put it this way, but what I remember about this story was huge tits. Either
She's had 3. They are now regular size.
What is this? What is the state of the tits?
They're not what you'd call huge.
But they were at one point.
At one time, they were.
Okay. So what happened there?
I think I've witnessed it as firsthand. When you're talking to a plastic surgeon, their version of minor, like, oh, this is they use the word minor. I don't think how ChatGPT or Claude would say minor is. So I think that was the disconnect with the word minor.
Why are we using words like minor in a medical situation? Don't we use words like centimeter? Shouldn't we be using...
What I've learned from being around plastic surgery is there's no such thing as a minor surgery. And that's the life lesson I can pass on.
If you're going to a plastic surgeon who's using vague, flowery words like that, this is a quack. I mean, even bras have sizes. A cup, B cup, C cup, D cup, right? I mean, if they can do it with bras, this guy is more vague than a bra.
R.I.P. He passed away.
If I was getting my tits done, I would know exactly what they were going to look like and how big they would be. Well, and it reminds me, I have an appointment.
Yeah, I was going to say, I am sure we can get you a good deal.
Okay, but so then she had breast reduction?
Yeah, she did.
Oh.
Yeah, so... I don't think you respectfully would notice anything.
I respectfully wouldn't comment or believe me.
Well, you brought it up, so I just tell you.
Well, I just it's because I'm telling you, this is like my history.
Your
of you.
algorithm is unique.
No, but my history of you is like 2007 douchebag, and then years of nothing. You're kind of like Jesus. We know about his birth, and then suddenly he's on his ministry. We know nothing about his teenage years. I think he was a very awkward teenager, bad skin, that Jufro he had.
Who, Jesus or me? I was going to say, I
probably-
used to get a lot of facials. I had
Probably
great
bad
skin.
at sports, but yeah, but that whole swath of time disappears. What happened between like when the show went off and the mayoral run?
How long is this podcast?
No, I'm
Okay.
just- I
So my most successful thing of my career is I started the #1 crystal business online, and I was making $250,000 a month selling beautiful gemstones.
Really?
And then the pandemic hit,
Ugh.
and I was no longer an essential business, and I had to close up my 18 employee. You know, it was a life-changing thing because this was it for my family. So that
Pandemics are so rough on crystals.
it,
You know what I
was-
mean?
On families.
It's just like it's
On
the
families.
first thing to go. What you know,
was.
and isn't it a health thing? Isn't it?
I tried to fight it, say these are medicinal for some people.
No, but aren't they? Don't people?
There's people that definitely believe.
But
they're-
you don't. You were just selling
Well,
it for aesthetic.
You know, I love them, and I always like to believe they have energy. But when they all burned in my house, all the ones I spent millions of dollars for
oh
years,
Christ! Gotta let go of this fire.
you
know, we've all
I'm
had
just
our-
saying the protection
okay.
energy I thought they
I
had.
know.
I had a lot
Oh.
of black tourmaline by the front
Well,
door.
that's-
I had the tiger's eye. So the fact they all went up, I said these didn't protect anything.
It's asking a lot of a crystal to protect from a fire of that
I-
size.
you
I'm
know,
just saying that you're
I
asking.
had a lot of them.
Did you say
I had thousands of them.
tiger's eye?
Tiger's eye is a protection.
That's one of
energy.
them?
It's definitely, yeah.
What is tiger's eye? Is there a
Looks-
specific thing that it does?
Protection energy.
But just protection. But others do other things like.
Yeah, of course. Like kunzite, which is one of my
Who?
favorite crystals.
What?
Kunzite.
I'm not saying it. Okay.
K-U-
Oh no.
K-U-N-Z-I-T-E.
I don't. You can spell it any way you want. I am not spending any political capital
It's for
on
your
that.
heart chakra.
Oh, I'm sure
so
it
it
is.
opens up your heart.
Oh, I'm sure it is. It'll open up
Allegedly.
Twitter is what it'll open up.
Well, that's my
So
favorite.
what
It's
is this?
pink.
What does it do for you?
It opens your heart chakra. Again, this
Well-
is what they say.
Okay, but you're selling them. You don't.
No,
stand-
I don't
yeah.
sell them with the. I let
Oh,
you.
I see. Oh, I see.
There's also people that love them because they're rare earth minerals. So the same person that loves a fossil
And
loves stones because,
do-
like, my collection would have been in a museum when I died. It would have said the Pratt family at the Natural History Museum. That's the type of collection I
So
had.
do you just keep them near you, or do you put them up your ass?
There's definitely people that put them up their behinds. That's a thing for sure.
Oh,
But
I'm so glad now that you're running for
you know,
mayor. We're not
no,
saying ass. Of all the things, Spencer, to draw the line. I do not countenance this sort of
I just want
depravity.
this to be, I know
man,
my algorithm, and if I say that, we'll get, it won't hit the feed.
That's the smartest thing you've said.
Well,
You're so right.
It's true.
Always look ahead to what those assholes in the media will cover, because they never cover the right things. They are just so craven. And what's worse is they know better. They very often know what's important, and sometimes they don't because they're also stupid. So they're going to cover the stupidest, lowest fucking thing to get the most amount of clicks. So you're very wise to do that, to go, no, I'm not going to give you that. And
I give them enough.
You give them enough.
I give them enough.
Right.
But I'm not going to give them.
But boy, am I in trouble tonight. But I'm in trouble every night. I don't
I
care.
mean,
I
don't think so. You're sitting with I'm going to be the mayor in 7 days.
Is that when the election is?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, I think we're dropping this right before.
Yeah.
So they'll get to see this. It'll be like your final.
This is it. Like, done.
Yeah,
Cheers.
that's the one that matters. Trump in 2016 spent nothing. Hillary outspent him by a zillion. And the day before the election, because he knows people don't pay attention until the day before, they do it like Christmas shopping. The Christmas Eve, they're out in the store at the last minute shit. And he just dropped that hour special. It was like an hour-long ad, and it was all about how it was his spiel. It was his original spiel, and it fucking worked, especially in places where people were feeling, the economy was not working for them, and it was all it's so ironic now since has led the biggest grifter kind of administration ever. But, it was all about how the Wall Street types and they are backers of Hillary and the Democrats, how they've taken advantage, and they have, but, that's also capitalism. I mean, we don't want to go to, socialism to a degree that I would say is very close to communism. I'm talking about Mandami. I'm talking about, I think, the mayor in Seattle maybe now.
One of my opponents.
And one of your opponents.
Yes.
Exactly. And again, communism is a form of government. You're allowed to back it. You're allowed to be it. You're allowed to vote for it. Let's just pretend that, one, we haven't tried it a lot around the world and it's a disaster. And two, that if you are, for seizing personal property and certain other things that Mandami or his very close lieutenants have said outright, home ownership is racist. If you are believing these radical things, yes, you are communist. So what is the status? That's interesting. So it's a three-person race. It's
not anymore. After the debate, the one lady, the communist socialist, went from
name?
Councilman Rahman. She went from from 64% on Kalshi to 8%. So she got bodied.
Come on.
She's done.
Is that after one debate?
With me, yeah.
But she wasn't at 64%. She wasn't leading.
She was.
She was leading Karen Bass?
Yes. So that's
really?
This you can
okay.
check this. Yes.
I don't remember seeing that. But
yeah. Well, Kalshi's, again, that's not a poll. And there's no polls. Again, let's talk about polls for a second, because I'm technically 22% in the poll they just put out, and Bass is 25%. The people that are voting for me, they're not picking up a spam call, and they're not talking to a stranger coming up to them.
Right.
Can I talk? They're running from these
Absolute.
people.
True.
So I don't even go off of that. But again, with Kalshi, I didn't even know, respectfully, what these betting apps were until I'm in this race. I'm like, why are they always tagging me in this? The average person doesn't have enough money to be betting on every single thing you can think of.
I don't know about that. There's an awful lot of crazy. I mean, this
I didn't know
country
about
is
gambling.
I've
never gambled.
Well, it's a huge issue. Poly market and
now I get it now. But my point is, my voters aren't gambling because they're trying to stay. They're trying to pay their bills.
Yes, exactly. And some of them are behind in their bills precisely because they're on DraftKings. You don't think that's a thing? That is a thing. I'm telling you. Again,
I'm getting elected with moms, though. I don't think moms are on these.
Moms, no.
Okay.
No, it's douchebag guys.
Hopefully I can appeal to it. I was going to say, well, I just found a new section of my
your core audience.
Cheers, I guess I have more voters than I realized.
Your core audience.
I totally forgot about
you
them.
must own the bros. First of all, the bros are Republican.
No. Well, here's what's happened. Socialism has captivated people because everyone has, this is my thought.
Sure.
I feel like people are all hyped on socialism because they're like, everything's so expensive. America's failed. Give me money. But what they're forgetting is all the people that these socialists are saying they're taking the money and giving, they're going to leave. And then they're not going to have any money to take from these people to give to you. I keep telling people the way we get you money is stopping the socialism, letting the successful rich people build businesses, build restaurants, put money into your pocket because there's more jobs, there's more opportunity. That's how we actually get you more money. To lie to you and tell you, we're going to tax these rich people. We already tax so much in LA, in California. I can't even comprehend taxing more. What's happening is we tax these people and then other rich people, this champagne socialist scammers, steal that money because they're all connected to the people taxing them. And then the people that should see the money, the communities, after the Boys and Girls Clubs, the parks, the actual infrastructure doesn't see that money because different rich people stole the money that was being taxed from the rich people. So I actually feel like Robin Hood because I'm coming in and I'm going to say, where's all this money? We're done with everyone stealing the tax money. We're going to actually put it to the people that have turned us socialism because they say America doesn't work. It doesn't work if we let people steal all the tax money and we have no accountability and transparency.
And look, you're not the first guy to say these kind of things. It's all who can actually do it, who can stand up to what is going to come up against you when you actually try to implement? But really, I mean,
I
this
promise
state,
you, I'm the one.
Okay, and I hope you are.
I'm the one. I hate these people so much.
I know.
When you said don't be so personal, it's personal
and
for
look,
me.
It's kind of good in a way that you are the douchebag, because like if you're already hated, then you don't have to, because trust me, what you're going to go up against is a state that is just full of special interests, all of which are very, very powerful. I mean, you can't do anything in this state without like getting a license or an inspection. I bitched about this many times. I wanted to change my garage door. It was built as a 3, and it really is only for 2. I'm a humble man. It's not a 3-car garage. Whoever built that wanted to big themselves up and tell some chick, I got a 3. You don't. You have a 2-car garage, and that's fine. I have 1 car. I'm a simple man. 1 car, 1 house, 1 plane. Simple person. No. So just to get my garage door changed took 3 inspections. First of all, why are you inspecting it all? I'll handle it. I'm a homeowner. I'm an adult. I don't need you looking over my shoulder because I'm changing a garage door or throwing a frisbee or braiding hair or anything else they want to get their beak wet, charging a fee for a license or some bullshit. This state is all these fucking pigs at the trough.
Let me give you a perfect example. My house burns down. Back to my favorite thing. Ready? No, watch.
I'm going to fucking burn down your next one if you don't shut up about the fucking house.
Watch this. Ready?
Oh, boo-hoo, your house burned down.
Look at this.
You know, but your campaign is fire.
Let me...
Good night, everybody.
So, look at this. They are in court telling me they had no legal responsibility to make sure my house doesn't burn down.
Who said?
The city.
The city.
So, but yet the city, if I want to rebuild right now with my California Fair Plan, $1 million I got, they want to put $1.2 million into caissons into the dirt, because now to be up to the zone for the hill I live in, these caissons weren't there.
What are caissons?
To go into the bedrock. This house was 60 years old. I didn't have these.
What's a caisson?
They're like circular things that go into the ground deep down to like hold the house together. Because now they care.
Well, they sound important.
They didn't care that my house burned down, and they don't. And they say so. Now they've changed the zoning that I need $1.2 million in things that go down the dirt that weren't there for 60 years.
But was your house in a place, because a lot of houses in LA are in places that are precarious, because, I mean, that's probably why the caisson is down there, because
they weren't there.
I know, but like...
Now they want them?
No, but because they've... Oh, the caissons...
They were never there. For 60 years, this house was there.
And they were supposed to be?
No, this is the new thing. So like you're saying... With your 3 people come in showing up, it's just more money, more money. How can we How can we bill you more? How can we have more red tape?
Yes.
How can we stop building?
No,
that's why these YIMBY people, I keep telling them, I'm going to be the savior of the YIMBY people. Do you know what a YIMBY is?
Not in my backyard.
No, that's a NIMBY.
Oh, what's a YIMBY?
YIMBY, yes, in my backyard.
Yes, in my backyard.
So these people think I'm anti them because I tried to stop the YIMBY people from putting...
You're not anti them. You're pro them.
I want building. There's a confusion. I want to build all across LA in all the space we have. I don't want it to be in a street where you can't put a 7-story building because if everyone needs to evacuate, there's no parking. They think everyone rides bikes. Not everybody rides bikes. I wish this sounds like yay, Wizard of Oz, we all ride bikes. No, we don't. People have cars, and there's no parking now. So we need to find where you can put these beautiful buildings, Art Deco buildings. I'm gonna work with some incredible architects all across the city, but not next to the single family house. So I'm all about building and cutting red tape and stopping the bureaucracy. But they think because I didn't want a 7-story cement building on a street that you can't even park on in a high fire severity zone. And I was like, no, we can't do that here. Like, oh, he's a NIMBY. I'm like, no, let's build. We need things to be more affordable. We need more housing. But it needs to be where all the naked drug addicts are that we're going to move and put to beautiful nature with the Air One combo plates.
Stop talking about the naked drug addicts, naked pictures, naked drug
They're
addicts.
They're all naked. They are all naked. I have to tell the truth.
Really?
They are all naked.
How do you know this?
I'm gonna say, you said you don't want the videos.
I
They're
don't.
coming your way.
I'm asking.
They're coming your way.
Tell me verbally.
Verbally, for some reason,
Why?
when you're on super meth and fentanyl, you end up naked.
Oh.
And these people are on that, and they are butt naked in the middle of the street, in front of schools, in front of parks.
No, it's.
This is not made up.
No, I agree.
I'm telling
and
you,
look,
it's going to get me elected because I'm saying the truth.
Right. And you absolutely do not sound like someone who has been massaged in the least by consultants, campaign managers.
I don't have one consultant or a campaign manager.
And keep it that way.
100%.
I'm telling you, you should either live or die with exactly what you're doing.
Facts.
The thing about the bikes, I love it. Keep that in.
No, but again,
No,
I will
you're-
make
but
bike
you're-
lanes in downtown where the zombies were. They're going to have bike.
but
I say
you're-
we're
but
going to
you're-
build bike lanes in the sky.
No.
Like Dubai, they're going to go through tubes.
It's just,
you know.
it's just a great metaphor for one of the liberals' bad qualities, which is like they imagine what the world should be and then just pronounce that it is. Like, no, we're not there, and you just can't. You just can't decree.
My favorite other thing that the people love to attack me, like, he's never been on a metro or the train. Everybody that sends me videos of the drug addicts in the fentanyl pooping on the metro. I'm going to make people actually want to use public transportation because I'm going to make it safe and I'm going to take the human poop off of it. So they're going to love me. These people that think that they don't love me, give me a couple years. You're going to be wearing shirts with my face on it like, YMBA, Spencer. He loves transportation. Nobody's going to go on the transportation if you have drug addicts that are doing drugs, pooping on the seats, attacking the nice old ladies. We need to make it safe and clean. This is a society. This is not breaking news. You have to have a safe, clean society to have functioning transportation, to build, to put money. We have lost the plot so crazy. And again, let's rewind. The only reason I'm even in this running is because these people failed me. If they had been Republicans, if Newsom was a Republican, I would have gone against Newsom. If Mayor Bass was a Republican, I would go. I didn't say, oh, I'm going after them because they are part of the Democratic Party.
You're right.
No, they failed me as a tax-paying citizen.
You're right.
That's it. I don't go,
yeah.
I will smoke you if you're a Republican and you burn my mom's house down.
Right.
Like
Again with the house burning.
this is
Okay.
it's the real, I'm telling you, it's very real for these old ladies that cry in my arms.
No, I remember a friend of mine's house burned down in one of our other many fires. And I'd never talked to somebody about, and he said, it's so interesting, interesting, charitable word, but he had a good attitude about it. He said, I don't even have any clothes. Like, I have nothing to wear.
So
because, you never think about that. All his clothes were in the house burned down. And it's like, suddenly you're like, okay, we're better off than a lot of people. We're not in a FEMA camp. We were rich enough to stay at a hotel, but yeah, I have no clothes now. Like, and you can imagine.
So when I first started running for mayor, I would go to meetings and I'm wearing my wife's merch as a shirt, and people would say,
"Wife, big tits or smaller tits?"
They're lovely.
No, I'm
They're
kidding.
lovely.
I'm kidding.
They're a beautiful size. I'm very blessed to be married to her.
All right.
So I'm wearing her shirt, and all I have is these shirts. That's all I had. And people would go, "You got to dress in suits." I said, I had suits. They all burned down.
Yeah.
People can't come. I don't have a photo of my entire life before an iPhone maybe 5, iPhone 6, because my parents' house also burned down. There's not a single thing from my life, period. So that, this idea that when people go, oh, he's that guy from the reality show, I reference the fire because the guy from post-January 7th has nothing to do with the guy trying to be famous, being the famous douchebag to get checks, to get clickbait. That's a different human being. They don't connect.
By the way, the reality show guy thing, that is a complete non-issue. We are so far past that. Trump is twice elected president. He was a game show host and a businessman, and Reagan was a bad actor. And, we are so far past where the public gives a shit if you went to Harvard. In fact, they'd probably more likely hold it against you, and they're kind of right. I mean,
my opponent went to Harvard, and she can't even talk in a debate.
Harvard
and MIT. She can't. She's holding a microphone like this.
Look, some great people have come out of...
I'm not shading the universities. I'm just saying it doesn't mean you can run anything, though.
I'll be happy to
you could read a book.
No, some great people have come out of Harvard, but it's also an asshole factory. the kids are chanting for Hamas. We don't have to get into
No,
that issue, but like,
this is an
please.
issue. I will go here because I grew up in LA. All my best friends are Jewish. I grew up going to Crossroads. I've been to more bar and bat mitzvahs than I had been to church till I was maybe still tied, to the point where, of course, when I'm running for mayor, I'm going to temples. I'm supporting my Jewish friends. The level of psycho Nazi lunacy that came at me to just say that I want my friends and family to feel safe in LA, to feel safe if their kids go to UCLA. I had to see, if the only thing that came out of this whole experience, there's a lot of things, if I, God forbid, or God's plan, I don't win, to see what people experience right now just because of their religion is diabolical. And again, I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care how you identify. I don't care if you're trans. I don't care whatever you do, but you should have the right to do that and feel safe wherever you are, whether it's going to school, going to your poppin' trans bar, whatever it is. You should feel safe and not feel in danger. And that's to my common sense.
And again, this is a California conservative. You're not some fire breather from the church of blah, blah in Kansas who's saying, like, trans is not in the Bible. We're Californians. Even when we're conservative, Arnold Schwarzenegger, they're not, and I'm not a Republican for sure, but they're not crazy people. In fact, the most popular people in this country, political-wise, you know who they are? Republican governors of blue states. Because it's a blue state, so the people bend liberal, but they don't want the craziness that this state has in its one-party rule. So, Larry Hogan in Maryland, I think the dude in Boston for a while, and Massachusetts for a while. Like, you elect a Republican governor, they can't be like fire-breathing conservatives, but they have to be practical and smart and be cool, again, with trans and gay and all these social issues that most of America is over now. Most of America isn't racist. There's polling on this. They're cool with interracial marriage. They want to live in mixed neighborhoods. Of course, there's assholes out there still, and there will be forever. But, I always say, let's live in the year we're living in. And in that year, like, the old way here is not working. Look at our numbers. This is your speech you should be making, not mine. But, the numbers are not good. Facts don't lie. We spend a lot more trying to educate a kid in this state and do worse than places that spend way less. And part of that is because the teachers' union is so strong. There's a great question for you, Mr. Candidate. Are you strong enough to buck the unions? Because
so thankfully, this is the biggest thing that I go against, because, my opponent, Mayor Bass, says every single union endorses her, and they go, how are you going to win with the unions? Every person that comes up to me in the streets, they're connected to some union, and they say, we all love you, but it's the leadership, political powers, whether it's the police department, the fire department, any union, the longshoremen. I was in San Pedro this weekend with the longshoremen. These people all support my message. The union leadership never reflects actually what the people who have kids and the community, they don't connect. That's the backroom dealing that, as mayor, I will do whatever I can to make sure the membership, because with the disconnect from the membership to then the politicians, because even the people in the unions, they're politicians. Even the police department that's at the higher, politician. The chief of the fire department, politician. The people below him, politicians. We need the people that are actually the ones on the ground level to get their say connecting to what the mayor or the city council. That's the disconnect. People think these unions reflect what the leadership. I'm talking to the members. They're all voting for me. They don't agree with the little backroom dealing. They want the same things as the rest of Los Angeles, the Angelinos want. Even though it's that small percentage, they're still moms, husbands, hardworking people paying their taxes, having to go to these same parks, go to the street. So as mayor, I'm not anti-union, but I'm going to make sure the union leadership actually connects to the people that are in the unions, not this, we're just being scammed. We're being scammed across the board.
You had me at hello.
Okay,
I'm just saying on this, I mean, on so many of these things, and you just have the exact right. I didn't know until I talked to you, honestly, today. But you have the exact right impatience with this shit. It's very authentic. Your impatience with it, and you're just, it's good. Just keep doing what you're doing. We'll see where the chips fall. I know you got to run to another meeting. Your schedule must be crazy these days.
It is a blessing.
Yeah, but you must love it,
Well,
right?
I got in this.
On a personal level, everywhere you go, it's like, ooh, we love you because it's a...
No, there's a lot of middle fingers. There's crazy people.
There is?
Oh, there's...
But where are you going now? You're going to some...
just every now and then, like I was in Koreatown, even though she wasn't Korean, she was Filipino.
But I mean,
she flicked me off with the N95.
Okay, but
and the Koreans were all like, she's not with us. But my point is...
I saw the video of David Foster is playing the piano. It's a fundraiser for you. Catherine McPhee, his wife, is singing. What's the song? You're the best. You're the top, or something. I mean, this has got to all feel very good.
It does, but you got to realize I haven't seen my kids now in months. My kids cry on FaceTime. Where's our dad? My wife.
Okay, don't say this.
No, this is real.
No.
So this is. You got to realize.
I think what you mean, Spencer.
I'm saying
what you mean is family comes first.
That's my point. I mean, obviously, I drive all the way to go see them, but it's not this. I'm not Tom Cruise getting to promote Top Gun 3.
Tom Cruise doesn't see his kid at all because she's a suppressive person.
I'm just saying this idea that this is like, because they try to say, oh, Spencer loves this. He's getting all this clout. I
put something in his drink. It's just what I do. Yeah.
I'm just saying, fighting these people is less fun than you would think.
I love it that you're more politically incorrect than me.
It's not as like, oh, yay, I'm fine. I don't know who's rushing me. I had 2 hours for sure.
Trump proved it. You don't have to play the political game. You can just talk exactly like you talk, and people love it. They had enough of these politicians. Never do this one. Like, we can do better if we just, and it's like, oh.
No, I will say, this is the funniest part about this journey for me. Last thing is, I didn't know what a stump speech was. So when I started going to these events, they go, did you prepare your stump speech? I go, what are you talking about? Like your speech? I go, I can't remember a speech.
Right.
So every one of my events is just, you don't know what you're getting.
Yeah, but you must say the same thing. Yeah, you can't.
No more human poop. No more naked zombie.
Right.
It's very foundation
basic. Keep the thing about the bike in. We don't ride
That was a breaking news. I never dropped the bike till today, so I'll bring it.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Do I get to keep this bottle?
Yes, absolutely.
All right,
Guests of Club Random can get fucked up on their own.